All right. Jen Psaki, White House press secretary, for anybody who doesn't know. On Thursday, she goes into a White House press briefing. She says, we are flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation. But wait, this was already fact-checked.
And
debunked. We were told they weren't going to do that. We were told you were crazy if you thought they were going to do that. You were a conspiracy theorist. You were getting laughed out of any polite conversation about politics. But nope, apparently that's just standard operating procedure for the White House, is to go in and put pressure on private companies to censor information that they don't like. Saying the quiet part out loud that we all knew reasonably, of course, they've been doing for years. It didn't start with COVID. It's just ramped up and become more visible. But now they've admitted to it. So that's cool. What's also not great is now from a new report from Politico, and I'll just read this off here. Biden-allied groups, including the Democratic National Committee, are also planning to engage fact-checkers more aggressively and work with SMS carriers to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages.
Oh my fucking God.
In case you missed it, they're reading your texts. That is what this would do. This means it would be going in, monitoring your texts, and then censoring your private conversations if you say something that isn't compliant with the current COVID official narrative.
Debunked.
I say the current narrative because how many times has it changed? Masks don't work. Now they work. Lab leak is a debunked conspiracy theory. Now it's the most likely scenario. And how many people have been deplatformed and lost their careers over these things that were debunked conspiracy theories? I digress. That's a slightly separate issue. But what we're looking at here is people looking at going into your private text messages and reviewing these. People are shocked. Don't be shocked. This was exposed 10 years ago by Edward Snowden, that they were using warrantless searches to go through your private conversations and your communications. They're only taking it one step further in once they've reviewed them and seen something they don't like, they want to actually censor it. So now this isn't news.
Now they've gone to action. Also, James, what is that word when you have the government and private corporations working together to suppress the spread of information among their citizens? What is that word? I kept hearing it the last 4 years. What? It starts with an F. What is it?
Big titty goth girls.
Big titty goth fascism.
Big titty goth fascism.
So, this is literal fascism. In one of its most purest senses, you have big businesses, the largest companies in America, and the government working together to not only destroy the Fourth Amendment or any semblance of it that was already left, now they're actively acting against what they deem to be wrong. You are, on any social media platform right now, if you make anything, if you say the word COVID anywhere, it could be in a 10-hour video, there's a banner on it, check for it's like, fuck you. I'm so tired of that shit. And then again, you have instead you turn on the news. Every issue is dominated by the most trivial fucking aspects or the worst idiots and demagogues who are never going to do anything to continue the conversation. Meanwhile, all these problems just keep getting worse. We keep going deeper and deeper. They have gotten so bold where they just steal out in the open. And I want to kind of jump with that to one of our other topics, is this fucking Hunter Biden situation where he's apparently this artist now in what is the clearest money laundering operation I have ever seen.
Okay, debunked.
What do we... Show's over.
Show's over.
So you've got Hunter Biden, the son of the current president.
He didn't do anything weird in Ukraine.
With already very suspicious connections to Ukrainian businesses.
Nothing suspicious. Trump's kids, bad.
Yeah.
Orange
man, bad. So now he's selling artwork from anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 a piece.
No. Some of them are up to $500,000.
Oh, sorry. To donors that not only are currently anonymous, but the White House, which again led by his father, the president, is helping to make sure they remain anonymous. Ah!
I see nothing wrong with this.
And if I hear one more thing about January 6th, I'm gonna blow my brains out. I just saw again today, now new developments. Do you remember when COVID started and you had those piece of shit senators who fucking had the insider knowledge, sold their stocks before everything went to shit?
Yeah.
We just found out now Pelosi did even more of that than we thought. Not a single fucking word about it. Not a single cable news reporter is gonna come out and talk about how Nancy Pelosi is a corrupt horrible piece of shit who should.
Can't put that on YouTube.
Fuck!
But, well, I'll tell you what, the people who pretend to oppose Nancy Pelosi are the squad. You have AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, etc. And they'll tweet, they'll bitch and moan about it. But every time a vote comes around, they go ahead, they vote in lockstep with her. I'm sure that it's very likely that they're going to be benefiting from whatever type of insider training that the other senators were caught with and never prosecuted for, that Nancy Pelosi has been proven to do and will never be prosecuted for. They're going to all benefit for it because what was that thing George Carlin said? It's all one big club and you're not in it.
Or, and what did Harry Truman say? The only person who gets rich while in political office are criminals. Every fucking politician is a millionaire now.
Well, what's really interesting, especially too, you look at AOC specifically with her Eat the Rich hoodies as she is just raking in ridiculous amounts of cash.
Such a scumbag. And again,
telling us that we literally can't pull ourselves up in society while she goes from being a bartender to a congresswoman in like 2 years or something like that. I mean, she's living proof that you can do it. And then she has the audacity to tell you, oh, no, you can't do that. You're a victim. You can't do it. Just let me tax you more in omnibus bills that will ultimately fuck your future. And also let me vote to reconfirm Nancy Pelosi with a big old smile on my face and be clapping along.
Oh, also,
it's one big party. I'm sorry. This is fake resistance.
And also, on top of all that, during a pandemic, I'm not going to actually make sure to vote on a bill that would give everyone health care.
There was a way that people could have done that. It's like if you force it. It's like if you force it to happen.
What would you force, though? A vote?
A vote?
One can dream.
One can dream.
It's almost as if all the shit lib, piece of shit, asswipe, corrupt, fake news sources, when push came to shove, to really do make one of the greatest progressive accomplishments in the last 50 years in America at one of the most crucial times ever, that we had the votes. You had the votes. All they had to do was just actually vote. And make sure the vote happened, and they didn't do it because they don't care about you. It's fake. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter if they say what you like. They don't care. Never believe a politician if they say they care about you. Everything they do is for their own interest, not yours. And if you're lucky, they might align some of the time.
And I'll tell you what, as far as this specifically goes, any politician going forward from here, I think this is a fair assessment, in the next elections, so the midterms, in the elections in 2024, anything going forward from here, anybody who was in Congress during the pandemic who did not actively fight for you to get health care in a deadly pandemic never will. They will never fight for you to have health care beyond that.
We never talk.
It's embarrassing we even have to explain that.
Instead, no, but I guarantee. I want to know in 2022 how many congressmen who were
they're going to make that a key part of their platform. These fucking scumbags are going to be coming out and talking about you deserve health care, and they're going to have their legions of roaring fans like, yes, this is the energy we need in the 2020s.
Donate now.
Yes. And then they're going to fuck you again and not vote for it and refuse to even have a vote on it. And that's what you're going to keep getting with the Democratic Party. I'm sorry, it's fucked. The Justice Democrats are failed. Kyle Kalinske said it. He co-founded it. They've failed. They are visibly corrupt grifter politicians who, again, they're doing what Pelosi and Schumer want them to do. There is no actual progressive movement at the federal level in the United States of America.